Because once you're at the top, it's like king of the hill. You've got to fend off everyone beneath you. You have to stay up there. That is now an expectation that you are the best. And everyone from the bottom, from the middle, is coming up to take you down. And we are back. Week 6, we are staying consistent. Honestly, I'm just happy to be here. You would have seen I have not posted a single video over the past week. But that is because if you follow me on Instagram, which is at Owen Marley, you should follow it right now. You would know that I have decided to buckle down on this YouTube video. That is where all my effort's going. I'm still going to be doing the video journals every once a week, a couple hours to make. My YouTube video, my main one, this big project biggest project I've ever done in my entire life. I'm putting it together. I'm spending 4 hours every single day on it. So yeah, follow my Instagram, stay in the loop with everything. Quick plug, but why am I standing up? Why am I not sitting down? Why is there a whiteboard in front of me? I have 26 subscribers now. So again, another 3 over the past week. So that's very good. So it's like, well, I've got enough to teach a class. So I am going to attempt, I actually haven't planned what I'm going to do in today's video, to teach and use visuals at the same time. I don't know how this is going to go, but I was like, you know what, may as well try. I'll give you some knowledge that you can leave here with right now. Failure is not failing. Failing is not doing it at all to begin with. Could have worded that so much better. So yeah, but before we get into the philosophical side of things, as always, I will tell you very quickly, what have I been up to this week? YouTube videos. Couple more basketball trials and 4 hours every single day of editing this YouTube video. So there's really not much to go through there. This might take another couple more weeks to complete this YouTube video and then I'm going to buckle down and lock in and grow followings on all my platforms. But until then, I'm going to keep doing this, I'm going to keep doing that. Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate every one of you. These videos are getting a lot more traction than I initially thought they ever would. 30 plus views on every video, 26 subscribers after 5 weeks. Like, I'm honestly blown away. Comments here and there, people messaging me about these videos, and I honestly just appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot, and I'm going to keep doing them regardless. But to have people coming and turning up every single week, I appreciate it. Please, if you know me or you can contact me, let me know that you're watching these every week, and then with the lessons I learn, I will literally use your examples, because obviously I'm getting stuff out of it. I'm learning how to speak to a camera better. I am putting myself out there, this, that, the other. There are so many benefits that I gain from this, but most importantly, I want you to get value out of your time. So yeah, a bit later in the video, but pop my voice in your ear if you want to go clean your room as you do this, as you listen to this, or if you're watching this. Very impressed, because not many people can watch these sorts of videos with the TikTok brains that we all have. Without further ado, title of the video, what was it? Something like, why success won't make you happy. And I've achieved some success on TikTok, obviously, so I'm going to speak from my own experience, and I am going to apply it to your life right now. So imagine we got a mountain right here. This little dude has got success. Can we even see that? You really can't. Okay, well, give me 1 second. Maybe that will be a bit better now, I think. All right. So you can see the whole whiteboard, whatever. Mountain, we got a little dude up the top. This dude has achieved success at the top of the mountain. This is where all the other people are at the bottom. There are so many more people that haven't achieved success than people that have. They're all looking up at him in whatever domain, whether it be music, whether it be YouTube, whatever, and be like, he's got it all. If I was in his position, life would be so much easier. You know, whatever, the money's coming in, the lifestyle, everything, like, that's what everyone's going for. They haven't experienced it before, but they can only imagine what it would be like. However, once you get there, I'm going to use my example first when I got my followers. You think that, you know, life is blessed, because that is what all of these people are chasing after, what he had. But what they don't know is once they're there, most of the time, from his perspective, there is another mountain that he will have to climb and that he is going after. Like, he is not stopping. He is looking up at another person who's up here somewhere that he wants to be like. But there comes a point, there comes a time where, let me get rid of all this. You're at like the tip top. Like, whatever, you got people, this guy's at the top, you know, more mountains, you've got someone here, you got someone here, the majority of people are down the bottom. You're at the very top. For example, You're the top of your UFC weight class. You've got the belt. You've just won an Olympic gold medal. You were at the top. Life doesn't get much better than that, right? Incorrect. Michael Phelps actually came out and spoke about how he went into suicidal thoughts after winning his first gold medal. He spent his entire life, many other athletes have, trying to get a gold medal. What do you do after that? Your whole life's purpose, your whole mind, you've curated your mind towards this one thing. And you think the stress would go away, like, yes, you've done it, you can slow down. No. Because I actually think it's a lot easier to be the people in the middle or even at the bottom, being a chaser of the top performer. Because once you're at the top, you have to fend, it's like king of the hill. You've got to fend off everyone beneath you. You have to stay up there. That is now an expectation that you are the best. And everyone from the bottom, from the middle, is coming up to take you down. That's the same in the content game. Once you get to the top, or once you get to a high level 10 million subscribers, then you've got all of these other people trying to grow to the same level. You've got to keep your views up. You've got to keep your likes up. You've got to keep these metrics up. Or people are going to be like, yo, your account's dead. That's what happened with my TikTok account. Right? I didn't stop when I was at the peak of my powers. I stopped once the views and the likes, it sort of subsided a little bit. You know, the results stopped coming in at such a fast rate. So I stopped because it was embarrassing, right? So I was like, oh no, he's got the followers, you know, the critics and the stuff, they can't say anything because they can clap back and be like, yo, I've got followers, da da da. Wrong. Because there will always be something that someone else can say. That's why I need to build a character in myself that doesn't really care about that. There are different challenges depending on where you are in your journey right now. If you're at the bottom, the challenge is to start. The challenge is to get through other people's opinions of you. The challenge is to find a way to achieve some sort of success in your area. You know, and once you are successful, you've got to maintain it and multiply. I know my brother watches this, he's in the music industry, so I'm using his example for this. So, my brother, he's not incredibly big in music as of yet, but he is working his bloody ass off to get there. So he will, you know, obviously you've got all the big creators, you've got the medium creators, you've got the bigger creators up the top. He would be looking up at those creators and being like, yo, I want to have what they're having. You know, they're cooking, you know, they're making some cool stuff. They're making a living off of it as well, so they can spend more time on it. That's great. But those people in the middle or up the top have the challenge of performing. Every single time they make a music video, every time they make a beat, every time they do anything, they've got to perform. Because if they don't, the people will be like, well, what's going on? The stress is still there. That won't go away, right? That is why the number one most important thing with you going on your journey that you are right now is that you're building a character in yourself that is strong, that has a strong foundation. That is the number one most important thing. I didn't have that when I was first posting on TikTok. That is why I gave up. Now in this journey, part of me hopes I don't blow up so quickly so I can build this resilience to hardship. So when it does work out and I face different sets of challenges, it won't be so hard. It will be hard, but my mind is ready to cope with that. When I do have my first viral video and then the next 10 flop, I've got the resilience to keep going. That is very important because in a journey like what I'm doing or what my brother's doing or any sort of entrepreneurship journey, like anything that's not, oh, hey, you work here for 8 hours, I will give you $25 an hour. That you know what you're going to get for your time. The hard thing is to work for something where there is no guarantee that you'll get paid back. But there are, you're the risk reward thing. Imagine, how can I draw this? Imagine I know my drawings are great, are told to run to the finish. You're told to run to the finish line. What is like 26.2 miles or like 42 kilometers is like a marathon, right? You know whether you can run that or not. And as you run your marathon, you're thinking, oh, I'm halfway there. I'm a quarter of the way there. I've only got this much left. And you're doing calculations in your head. And you know when it's going to end. And you know how long it's going to take to get there. But if you wipe that off the board, you wipe the time, you wipe the distance off the board, you don't know how long it will take to hit the finish line. How are you going to make it there? You're just told to run and not stop. The only way that you will make it to the finish line is if you're not in love with the finish line, You're not in love with the destination, you're in love with the running itself. This is not about running, and I know you know that by now. Because if you put one foot in front of the other for a long enough period of time, you will get there. You don't know if it's going to take 6 months, 1 year, 3 years, or 5 years. I don't know how long that's going to take. But if you keep running and you love running and you're like, this is fun, I enjoy this, then you're going to eventually get there. You don't know how long it's going to take, but the finish line was there. Long story short, on your journey to success, no matter what level you are at, there will be issues, there will be struggle, there will be problems, there will be stress, even once you are there. Because even if you make it to the very top, you can't sit on your throne and be like, take a sip of your wine and be like, oh, it's fine. No, you're probably going to work harder than you did in the beginning. Especially if you're at the very top, you're king of the hill. You've got to fight off millions of other people trying to take your spot. And that is stressful if I've ever thought of anything that's stressful. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know how I feel about doing this entire video and if the visuals even did anything, or even if I think I was just yapping for most of it, but turn it into a video, I'm gonna post it. And so what? In my mind, I've already succeeded. I posted the video. Even if it got 2 views and even if everyone hated it, I tried. So hope you got something out of this today. That's very important. I'm gonna keep grinding on this YouTube video. I've done a 1-2 hour time block before this video. I'm going to do another 2-hour time block after this video. So hope you guys have a wonderful week. I'll see you guys next week for those following along the series. And I'm going to get to editing.